कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवर जय गोपी जना गिरिवर जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवर जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवर यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन यशोदनंदन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर जय गोपी जन जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवर जय गोपी जना गिरिवर शोधनंदन ब्रज जन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 राम राम हरे देवकी नंदन गोपाला देवकी नंदन गोपाला देवकी नंदन गोपाला देवकी देवकी नंदन गोपाला देवकी देवकी नंदन गोपाला देवकी बजा मुरली मनोहर चलाना बजा मुरली मनोहर चलाना जय देव जय देवकी नंदन गोपाल गोपी जनपल गोपी जनपल जय पतित पावन गौर हरे जय सीताय पतित पावन गौर हरे कृष्ण बल कृष्ण बल कृष्ण बलराम जय रावण राम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय राधे जय राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय 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 प्रभु प्रभु बोल हरि बोल गौर सीतानाथ है
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 12, verse number 29. Welcome everyone to the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Oh, you already put रहे हैं? Yeah, but I need. Yeah. Thank you.
No, duplicate.
Hmm?
Duplicate extended we have to do.
Duplicate करना पड़ेगा ना? Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloker Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki यत्कीर्तनं यत् श्रवणं यदीक्षणं यद्वन्दनं यत् यदर्हणम् लोकस्य सद्यो विधुनोति कल्मषं तस्मै सुभद्राश्रवसे नमो नमः।
अब extending
अरे you're not able to see.
control P
Control P.
duplicate.
नहीं Control P तो प्रिंट होगा ना bro.
Sorry. नहीं, command Windows P duplicate. हाँ, हो गया. आप कुछ और बोल रहे हैं क्या?
नहीं ये बोल रहा हूँ वो जो बोलने के लिए बोला है.
हाँ, स्पेशल.
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपास्तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दिनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्. परित्याभ्यर्चय अर्चय तिष्णाग्रयम् परित्या परित्याभ्यर्चय दिष्णाग्र्यम् पार्षदाव अभिवन्द्य च पार्षदावभिवन्द्य च येष तद् अधिष्ठातुम् येष तदधिष्ठातुम् बिभ्रद्रूपं हिरण्मयम् बिभ्रद्रूपं हिरण्मयम् परित्याभ्यर्चय दिष्णाग्र्यम् पार्षदाव अभिवन्द्य च येष तद् अधिष्ठातुम् बिभ्रद्रूपं हिरण्मयम् परित्याभ्यर्चय कृष्णाग्रम् पार्षदावभिवन्द्य च येष तद् अधिष्ठातुम् बिभ्रद्रूपं हिरण्मयम्. Try. Anyone else? दिश्याग्रम परित्याभ्यर्चय दिश्याग्रम पार्षदावभिवन्द्य च एष तद् अभिष्ठातुम् बिभ्रद्रूपं हिरण्मयम्. Word for word. Paritya, having circumambulated. Abhicharya, abhyarchaya, sorry, abhyarchaya, having worshipped. Dishnagram, the transcendental airplane. Parshadau, unto the two associates. Abhivandya, having offered obeisances. Cha, also. Yesha, he attempted. Tat, that plane. Abhishtatum, to board. Biprad, illuminating. Rupam, his form. Hiranyam, golden.
golden.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Arvind, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Before getting aboard, Dhruva Maharaj worshipped the airplane, circumambulated it, and also offered obeisances to the associates of Lord Vishnu. In the meantime, he became as brilliant and illuminating as molten gold. He was thus completely prepared to board the transcendental plane. So, in the absolute world, the plane, the associates of Lord Vishnu and Lord Vishnu himself are all spiritual. There is no material contamination. In quality, everything there is one. Jai Shri Bhagwan. Jai Govinda. There is no material contamination. In quality, everything there is one. As Lord Vishnu is worshipable, so also are his associates, his paraphernalia, his airplane, and his abode. For everything of Vishnu's is as good as Lord Vishnu. Dhruv Maharaj knew all this very well as a pure Vaishnava, and he offered his respects to the associates and to the plane before riding in it. But in the meantime, his body changed into spiritual existence, and therefore it was illuminating like molten gold. In this way, he also became one with the other paraphernalia of Vishnu Lok. Mayavadi philosophers cannot imagine how this oneness can be achieved even in different varieties. Their idea of oneness is that there is no variety. Therefore, they have become impersonalists. As Shishumara, Vishnu Loka, or Dhruvaloka are completely different from this material world, so a Vishnu temple within this world is also completely different from this material world. As soon as we are in a temple, we should know very well that we are situated differently from the material world. In the temple, Lord Vishnu, his throne, his room, and all other things associated with the temple are transcendental. The three modes, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna, have no entrance into the temple. It is said, therefore, that to live in the forest is in the mode of goodness. To live in the city is in the mode of passion, and to live in a brothel, liquor shop, or slaughterhouse is in the mode of ignorance. But to live in the temple means to live in Vaikuntha Lok. Everything in the temple is as worshipable as Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 नाम एव केवलम कलो नास्तेव गतिरन्यथा श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय जन्माष्टमी महामहोत्सव की जय So we'll try to share something about Shri Krishna Janmashtami also. Here in this shloka, very wonderfully described or shared with us that Dhruva Maharaj, before riding the airplane, he circumambulated and paid respects or obeisances to that airplane. And in the purport, Sri Prabhupada says that being a perfect Vaishnava or pure Vaishnava, Dhruva Maharaj knew that anything associated with Bhagavan Vishnu is of the same quality of Bhagavan Vishnu. So everything associated with Bhagavan Vishnu should be respected and worshipped as good as Bhagavan Vishnu. And another thing, that while he did that, or before riding, his bodily features also became as brilliant and illuminating as molten gold. So Lord Vishnu or Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna has bodily complexion of blackish blue of the Krishna eyes. But when he appears, the effulgence from that body is like a molten gold. Also, the Vishnu Dutas is in exact resemblance of Bhagavan Vishnu. The only difference is that Shivatsa, the Kaustuva Mani, that is there. Hmm? Bhrigu also, yes. And the
print of Bhrigu.
Yeah, with the imprint of Bhrigu Maharaj. That very wonderful pastime of, Bhrigu Maharaj, and he wanted to conclude who is the best, who is the most fated for the supreme position. And so that imprint of Lord Bhrigu Maharaj or Bhrigu Muni is on the chest of the Bhagavan Vishnu. Anyone else, other associates of his, they look exactly same with wonderful decorated helmet or mukut very wonderful jewelry, kundal, the earrings, the wonderful tilak, wonderful lotus eyes, the very wonderful, smiling of the face, which just by seeing that, one feels so jubilant. And what to speak of his body, their bodily features. So, Dhruv Maharaj also became as illuminating or as brilliant as the Vishnu Dutas. And this is when he's about to board or completely prepared to board the transcendental plane. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada, as always, he does not leave any opportunity to share how the feature of God as person is the most supreme and most sublime and most relatable as well as logical. Because here, when we say we are one with God, when we are saying as personalist, we are qualitatively one with God. But quantitatively, we are very small, he is great. And we are also made up of the same ingredients or the main elements which are spiritual, that has nothing to do with anything material, which is Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Eternity, all knowing, Chit or all cognizant, and Ananda means all blissful. So, as Krishna is also made up of the same three ingredients, and he has a spiritual form, and we actually resemble that spiritual form of Krishna with, two hands and the human-like body, but we are actually made in the resemblance of Krishna. So he looks like us, but it is all spiritual elements he's made up of. Or anything associated with Krishna and his devotees, associates, or any paraphernalia also. And that's the reason why Dhruv Maharaj paid obeisances to the airplane that is going to carry him. Dhruv Maharaj, being the pure Vaishnav, he also knew that, of course, we saw earlier that how he worshipped and prayed to the Vishnu Dutas when he couldn't really speak, then he started chanting Krishna's name, chanting Bhagavan Vishnu's name. That's how he greeted them. That's how he prayed and shared his feelings for them. Srila Prabhupada in the purport also mentions that we have heard this statement that ISKCON temples or Vishnu Bhagavan temple where Krishna or Vishnu is worshipped, it is a spiritual embassy. It is the part of the spiritual world. And we as worshippers or coming to the temple, doing some services, are most fortunate. We are most fortunate that we are able to come and perform service to the Supreme Person who actually doesn't require anything. Imagine our, position that we are so supremely insignificant, but still we are allowed and we have the opportunity to serve the most most supreme person. This is unheard of. Anything material that we have encountered, we have absolutely zero access, no access to someone, even um, even some, even in material plane, even somebody like a mayor of this, city, which is not that they are elected by a few thousand individuals, but we, on a day-to-day basis, we can't have access to that person. Okay, once in a few months we'll call, as a designated person, they'll come and address the crowd and for their benefit or whatever. But we cannot have on a daily basis, whenever you want, access to that person. But Krishna, being supremely merciful, he makes himself available for us in the form of his Archa Vigraha, his name, his fame, Nam, Roop, Gun, Leela. All these four are non-different from Bhagavan himself. And we are the most fortunate to realize that fact by the mercy of Sri Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the predecessor acharyas who have made this process of Krishna Bhakti, especially Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur or Bhakti Vinod Thakur, they kind of conceptualized this Krishna Bhakti or worshipping Krishna in the form which can be institutionalized, which can be shared at one place and replicated at many other places. And finally, by Srila Prabhupada enduring so much of suffering, so much of pain, in his advanced age of 69, he traveled from India to America in a cargo ship. It took him 38 days with 2 heart attacks, such severe, sickness. He came, if I remember correctly, while he's in his voyage, he started on August 12, 1965 from India. And he actually had a Janmashtami on the cargo ship. And he fasted. And then he had, I think, some ceremony with the staff, cargo ship staff on the Jaladuta, the staff members. And there is an encounter with the main person. I think his name, he was shared. Prabhupada told today is Janmashtami, and there is a big festival in Vrindavan where Srila Prabhupada used to stay in Radha Damodar temple. The Janmashtami, Sri Krishna Janmashtami, is a very, very auspicious, where Krishna himself advents on the earth planet, where he has nothing to do with this material world, and he could really let his inhabitants or the individuals who have rebelled from him, and he could let them suffer forever, saying that, okay, you guys wanted to suffer or you guys wanted to enjoy separately from me, go ahead, suffer forever. I have nothing to do with you guys. Like, I can speak for myself. If someone is not listening, then you try to share with them, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You share as many times as possible, and eventually what you would do, okay, do whatever you think is right, right? Krishna, being the supreme father, he allows us to execute our will or what we want to do separately from him. And being separately from him, not only he allows us just on a conceptual level, he facilitates, he creates this material world, and he creates this material world where we come and try to enjoy separately from him, and we think that we are enjoying, but it is actually bringing us even more down if we continue to do that. And what to speak of Krishna Bhagavan coming to the earth planet from Golok Vrindavan to Bhama Vrindavan, which is not different from Golok Vrindavan, and performing these wonderful pastimes where he is captivating, he is attracting the you know Brajavasis, or those who live in that Vrindavan, with his childhood's pastimes. As and when we are reading Krishna book or 10th canto, we know that this is Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who is the proprietor and maintainer of everything that is existing, creator, proprietor, and maintainer. But those who live there, they could care less about him being God. They treat him as equal, or even so many times subordinate. That Krishna, you're playing with us, you lost. Now it is your turn to pick me up, to pick the team that lost has to carry all the participants, or the or the all the players. They will have to carry on their shoulder, and they'll have to run and make sure that they give enough. Like, this is the reward of winning. So Krishna becomes subordinate, which is, the concept is completely unheard in any theology that we have come across. God is considered as a judge, somebody who makes sure that everything righteous is done. No one is, no one is taken advantage of, or that the person who helps the poor. But here he becomes actually aham bhakta paradhin. Krishna says, I am actually completely dependent on my devotees. And that is the reason why to practice bhakti is very simple to know, but it is very hard. It is not easy. It is simple, but not easy. Why? Because by practicing bhakti, you can actually take Krishna under your control. God becomes your subservient. Krishna becomes your technically a slave. You can make him, he will do whatever you want if the love for the love that you have for him is of that quality. As Bhagavan Krishna says to gopis, that there is no way I can repay or give you anything in comparison to your love for me. So
कृष्ण कुमार प्रभु
Oh yes, sorry about that, Prabhu. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know, it reconnected and it. Vishwambharo Dvijavaro Yuga Dharma Palo. What is the Yuga Dharma? In this age of Kali is Sankirtan, Krishna's name. Yuga Dharma Palo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karuna Avataro. Karuna Avatar. He is the embodiment of mercy or daya, karuna, because looking at our pitiable condition, that there is no way that this living entities who are in the Kali Yuga, especially for this age, they are there is no way other than my mercy or the holy name can revive them. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. And this another wonderful shloka about Krishna Bhagavan himself is आराध्यो भगवान् ब्रजेश तनया तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या क्वाचिद् उपासना व्रजवधू वर्गेण वा कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं पुराणममलम् प्रेमापुमातो महान् श्रीचैतन्यमहाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तत्रादरो न पर. There is a this some places it is said that this is written by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Some place it is said that it is written by Srinath Chakravarti Thakur. I think Srinath Chakravarti Thakur is one of the first disciples of Advaita Acharya. Some places it is written by that. But it is very wonderful glorification of Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna. And this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Pramanam Amalam. The evidence of Srimad Bhagavatam is Amalam. It has absolutely no tinge of contamination. And Prema Pumarto Mahan, the love for Krishna or God is the ultimate reality. And who says that? That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's matam. This is the opinion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is the use of anything else to know? Why should we dwell on anything else? And what is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's opinion? That Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanaya. I worship the Krishna who is in Vraja, Vrajesh Tanaya, who is the son of Raja Raj or Vrajesh, who is the king of Raj, who is Nanda Maharaj. Tadham Vrindavana. His abode is Vrindavan. And these are the Vraja Vadhu that are inhabitants or the coward girls or friends. They are the inhabitants, and I also worship them with him. So Krishna, on the other day, I was talking to someone that he said very nice. That was Bhakti Prabha Maharaj. He was taking prasadam, and I said, Maharaj, he usually eats very, very little. So we had some plates and some things where he was taking prasad. And I said, Maharaj, do you need anything else? Or would you like to be alone, or I should be around? I just devotees have preferences. So I asked him. He said, I'm fine. You can stay here or you go, whatever is comfortable with you. Then after some few minutes, he said, he was traveling with Prahlada Maharaj, who is kind of his Siksha Guru. He said, Bhakti Prabha Maharaj said that he has trained him. Prahlada Maharaj has trained him how to become sannyasi and how to really act and how to really uh, serve as a sannyasi. So he was saying that Prahlada Maharaj always said that you like to be alone, but that is the greatest disqualification of going to spiritual world, because in spiritual world you can never be alone, as Krishna is never alone and his associates are also never alone, because Krishna is always, you can see, he will be with Radharani, his friends, or gopis, or cows, or parrot. Someone is always there. Krishna is never alone. Same way as spiritual entities or spiritual, loving service of Krishna, one is never alone. So I was just wanting to share that we will always have an opportunity to serve. And the same way we have opportunity to serve here in this material world also. Doesn't matter what you are doing, if you are 9 to 5 working or your work hours, you give full dedication to your work. But whenever it is possible, we can do Namasmaran, because Krishna's name and Krishna are not different. So, what is the best way to celebrate Janmashtami? The best way to celebrate Janmashtami is on the day of Krishna's appearance. He is very, very altruistic, philanthropic. It's even for a normal individuals like us. If we have a Janmashtami, if we have our birthday, we are, you know, uh, we want to give some donation, some charity, some service. That is what our mood. So, what to speak of someone who has absolutely no restrictions on what he can afford, right? We have very limited resources. We can only do so much, and we have a budget also every year. This is what I'm making. This is what my charitable, contributions are going to be X amount for this year, and out of that money, we dedicate or allocate. Okay, for Janmashtami this much, for Gaur Purnima this much, for temple is doing this much, or any services that we are doing. So, what to speak of someone who has absolutely zero restriction on the resources side? And when you approach that person on his appearance day, how much merciful or how much we could be rewarded for the smallest of the service that we are doing. So Krishna Bhagavan is very, very merciful, and the best way to reciprocate with him is to engage in his devotional service. And the easiest way to engage in the devotional service of Krishna is by chanting his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra is so amazing that has created a revolution in this age of Kali Yuga, where everything else is on the decline. Any spiritual activity, any positive things, as Yugal Kishore Prabhuji always mentions, that what is abominable, what is sinful, is actually glorified and shared into the educational institutions. So, what to speak of anything else? What do we? There is no comparison, right? Things that are. He was quoting Srila S.B. Keshav Maharaj, that biggest places of terrorism, camps or places where the terrorism is propagated are the educational institutions, because it is cruelty. It is telling the people who are coming for studying, coming for education, what is it telling? You can be happy without God. You don't have to think anything about God. Do whatever you like is best. My way is the highway. I don't want anyone. What do I care about you? I only care about myself. That is the most cruel thing that you can teach anyone. That is the most cruel thing, just to undo that fact that I am not the center of the universe. Takes the lifetimes. What to speak of, I'm the part and parcel of God. I'm not this body, I'm spirit, soul, and my constitutional position is to serve Him. To come to that stage is very, very challenging for us, even from the Indian background with very humble beginning. We also we also have a very hard time to understand that my constitutional position, or I could be only happy when I satisfy Krishna's senses. So what to speak of someone who is, there is a there in joke in they say it in a joke jokingly. They said each family is raising a king or a queen in their life or in their household. Now, when this queen and king they get married, obviously there will be a clash. Nobody wants to take a subservient position. King or queen or a princess and the prince, when they get married, they will have a have a situation when the egos will clash. But when we take to spirituality, we understand that anything that come across in our life is, if we have taken the spirituality, and for that fact, any other situation comes into our life is to make us better version of ourselves. If we take it into that stride, then things will fall into place. Otherwise, what will end up happening is we will continuously will have no shelter to go to, and will continuously kind of blame others or blame ourselves for anything goes wrong in our life. But one who is spiritual, who is doing bhakti, who knows who is in control, they always say, as Prahlad Maharaj is saying, after going through all this trouble, and then he says, this is just the token of problems that I'm supposed to go, is much more higher, much worse that I should go through. But this is just a token, and you have actually condensed my suffering into just this small token of painful situations that I had to go through. So, as Janmashtami, Sri Krishna Janmashtami is tomorrow, we need to take advantage of this process of bhakti, process of, serving, because service is the main ingredient, and our external position has nothing to do with the service that we render. Wherever we are, whichever situation we are in, we can perform bhakti by chanting Krishna's name, by sharing about Krishna, by sharing Krishna's activities, Krishna's pastimes, is Krishna's devotees' pastimes. And the best way to do it is that we educate ourselves first. We become sincere, we become serious, and then we share it with everyone else. So this is what I had kind of thought of sharing, because this Krishna Janmashtami, this one nice shloka is also there. I wanted to, it's not coming to mind. This, it's not coming to mind, but maybe sometime again. We'll conclude here. Before we conclude, these are a set of chants or mantras that I am accustomed to sing. We will say it. If you know it, say it with me. Otherwise, please listen. Achyutam Keshavam Shri Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Shri Vasudevam Hare Sridharam Madhavam Shri Gopika Vallabham Shri Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Patale Vakshasthale Kaustubham नासाग्रे वरमौक्तिकं करतले वेणुतले कङ्कणं सर्वाङ्गे हरिचन्दनं सुललितं कण्ठे च मुक्तावली गोपस्त्रीपरिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपालचूडामणि श्रीराम पुरुषोत्तम नरहरि नारायण केशव गोविंद गरुड़ध्वजा गुणनिधि दामोदर माधव श्रीकृष्णे कमलापते यदुपते सीतापते श्रीपते वैकुंठाधिपते चराचरपते लक्ष्मीपते पाहि माम् आदो रामतपोवनादिगमनं हत्वा मृगाकाञ्चनं वैदेहि हरणं जटायुमरणं सुग्रीवसम्भाषणम् वाली निग्रहणं समुद्रतरणं लंकापुरी दाहनम् एतत् श्रीरामायणम् आदो देवकी देवगर्भजननं गोपीगृहे वर्धनम् मायापूतन जीवतापहननं श्रीगोवर्धनो धारणं कंसच्छेदन कौरवादिहननं कुन्तीसुता पालनम् एतत् श्रीमद्भागवत पुराण कथितं श्रीकृष्णलीलामृतम् कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय द्वारिकाधीश की जय श्री श्री राधा गोपीजन भगवान की जय निताय पतित पावन गौरी भगवान की जय जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सिंबल डिवोटीज हरे कृष्णा समावेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्री कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी महामहोत्सव की जय दाय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
कृष्ण कुमार तो
जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय गौर भक्त वृंद की जय anyone has any question comment please share online or here sorry I went a lot more than what my prescribed time is but we are in festive mood so took some liberty please forgive me thank you again for everyone joining please forgive me if I said something that is beyond my adhikar and I need your prayers and blessings to practice bhakti more sincerely and seriously and I'm praying while I'm talking to you all to Shri Radha Gopijana Vallabh that Nitai Patita Pavan Gaur Hari and Srila Prabhupada that I become more serious and sincere in my bhakti. Thank you. Hare Krishna.